Hello, welcome to the Rich and Simple Living. My name's Maria. If you're new here, I vlog cooking, home life, shopping, all kinds of things like that. Today I'm doing some cooking. Normally it's in the air fryer, but it isn't today. I'm going to try and make some fairy cakes in the microwave. As far as I can remember, I've never made any in the microwave. It's either in the air fryer or in the oven. So I was thinking, I wonder if I could do some in the microwave or whether they just burn because the microwave might be too powerful for it. I don't know. But I thought, well, I'll experiment. We can experiment together. And, you know, if it doesn't work, maybe you've done them and you know what I'm doing wrong. Or But anyway, I'm going to bring you down and we'll do the mix. That's normally the easy bit. It's the cooking bit that's the hard bit, the terrifying bit. So this is just a 4-4-4-2 mix. So I've got, not that first, going back to front, I was going to put the flour in. See, we're going wrong. I did say that was the easy bit, didn't I? And I was getting it wrong. We'll put the sugar in first. So 4 ounces of sugar, 4 ounces of margarine. And we're going to cream all that together. Can you see all right? I've got my slow cooker on next to me and I'm doing a rice pudding. So I've got even less room today than I normally have. And outside, Dean is jet washing all the patio. We finally had a couple of days of nice weather, so he says he's going to get it done. Then I'm going to see if all my garden lights still work so I can put all them out. Lifts your spirits when you can go outside and do things, especially when it's nice and your garden's done, you can sit out in it in summer. So it feels like we're actually getting somewhere with it all then. So let's cream all this together. Just check you can see all right. Sean's behind me. She's behind me, to the side of me. She's doing a rabbit, feeding her rabbits. No, because your dad's got it all connected, hasn't he? She's had to wait a while because he's been jet washing down there. So she's had to wait a while before she could do it, and she's had to bring the water bottles in. So we'll leave the flour. I won't be tempted to put that in just yet. That's my last thing. I'm going to do 2 eggs. So we've got our 4 ounces of sugar, our 4 ounces of margarine creamed together. So we're now going to mix 2 eggs to it. Beat 2 of them. I prepped everything beforehand except for the eggs because I have to do them one at a time so I can check them, as I've told you before. Because the duck eggs I'm using, I find I'm using an awful lot of duck eggs at the moment. But the chickens aren't really laying, they're a bit sporadic. Might have a couple of days where we get some and then nothing. So they're going off the lays slowly because they're older hens. So we're getting plenty of duck eggs, which is surprising really because they're about the same age as the chickens, but I suppose ducks, chickens are probably different. But the ducks won't lay all year, whereas like the chickens will, but the ducks won't. They're sort of seasonal. Just put all this in, and then we'll mix another one in. Just wipe my hands because it's anything with eggs that is sticky. The weather's getting a bit warmer now, so I'm thinking, oh, what can we cook? And my head was still liking cold weather food, but now it's started to pick up yesterday and today. I'm like, oh, I'm starting to want more summery sort of food. So we're heading more towards that now. So it's like, oh, what can I cook? But I thought, well, I wanted to give the microwave a bit of a go with a few more things, but I'm not fond of cooking in the microwave. I'm not really a microwave cook. That to me is more like for warming things up. I prefer to cook, well, to be honest, my main thing to cooking is my oven. I like my oven best of all, but then it's the air fryer and the slow cooker. I really love the slow cooker, but I've got a feeling it'll be packed away soon for winter because it's more wintry stuff that tends to be cooked in there. Although you can cook roasts and things like that in there. I've not tried it yet. That's something perhaps we will have a go at some point. Right, now I can put the flour in. So it's 4 ounces of self-raising flour. Let's turn that in. Let's mix in. Hopefully that will thicken it up. There's a lot of noise today. I'm hoping the outside noise isn't interfering with the sound in here because, like I've said before, this phone seems to pick it all up. It's very sensitive to sounds and it'll come out like a scrapey noise. Right, let's mix all that around. It's a bit of a runny mix. I'm not sure really whether it might want a bit more flour to it. But then again, because it's going in the microwave, if I make it too thick a mix, it may burn quicker. Don't really know, because I've not done it in the microwave before, you see. I'm never really sure. I mean, I'm interested if any of you have cooked things like this in the microwave. Please drop down below in the comments and tell me all about it. Because to do it in the microwave, you know, it can be a lot quicker anyway. Right, I think I'll just pop them in. We'll just go for it. So I have prepared some cases. I've put them in like a Pyrex dish that can go into the microwave. So if we'll spoon a bit into each of them, then find me spoons. We'll see what happens. Very short on space today because I've got the slow cooker. I can't move it more up that way because of the kettle. Can't cover Dean's kettle up. Now, you can probably just about see, I do excuse the poor quality of being able to see, but like I say, such a small kitchen. I'll fill them a little bit more in a minute. Do you know, I never know how much to fill them because you buy paper cases and from shop to shop they can vary slightly in size. So you might think you've just got it right how you want to fill them, and then you get a different size case and it's like, oh, now how much? But sometimes I do them too full and they go over, and sometimes I don't do them full enough. It's just a bit of trial and error every time, I think, really. Just see what I can do. Probably put a little bit more in than this. I'm not sure how they would rise in the microwave. Might be enough in there. I don't want to overdo it. I know what I'm like once I get going. I get carried away and before I know it, it'll be over full. I remember once when I was probably a teenager, I used to like experimenting cooking at home, and I made this layered cake. Now I can't remember if my mum and dad were there or if they were on holiday. So I made this sponge layered cake. Only me being me had to have so many layers on it, like it was a royal cake. And I remember putting layers upon layers on it, and when it cooked and I put it together, it just all sort of went, choo, all slid off. So it wasn't very good. But that's what I mean by me getting carried away. Can't just have 2 layers like anybody else, or 3 maximum, you know. I've got to have loads. Right, so I've filled them that much. Let's have a look. I don't know if you can see. So there we go. Filled them that much, and we'll try them in the microwave. I'm going to swing you around to the microwave. Now, cooking times, I've tried to Google. I've got no cookbooks on microwave cooking, so I've tried to Google little cakes, but it just comes up with cupcakes and then American versions, which is no good for cooking appliances in this country. So I think what I'm going to do, the nearest I got to it was somebody put 40 seconds, but they didn't say what wattage the microwave was. But mine's quite a low wattage, it's 700, so I think I'm going to go for a minute and we'll see what we'll do. That's why I didn't want to add any more flour and thicken that mix up a bit more, because you know, I want to give it a chance. So I'm going to put it on a minute, because at least that way, if it's not done, I can put it on a little bit more till I get the amount of time that is right for it, and I can jot it down. Famous last words. And was saying that, I forget, and that's the end of that. So there we go, 1 minute then. I did put on powder, didn't I? Oh dear, what have I done to it? Let's start it again. My son was the last one to use this. He's probably left it set. So we'll come back in a minute, see what it's doing. Okay, it's just beeped. I think that still looks a bit runny. Definitely looks runny. It's rising, so maybe I put too much in there, but it's still looking runny. So we're going to try it for another minute. I think actually they're going to run over. I think I put far too much in. There we go. We'll try it for another minute and we'll see what it's looking like then. Okay, it's done again. Shall we have a look now what it's doing? Oh, it's run over. It's like a whole cake. It still looks a bit wet, but look what it's done. I think I put too much mix in, but I'm thinking I'm going to do maybe another minute. It's obviously taking more than, don't know where they got 40 seconds from. They must have had a super powered microwave. We'll give it 1 more minute and that should do it, I hope. Right, we've got another minute. Getting tangled up. Just turn you a bit more, you can see the microwave better. Better if the door had opened this side really, so you could see in, but unfortunately it goes the other way. So I'll have to use my tea towel this time. I can smell them now and there's steam coming off them. So I'm just going to pop them on the drainer a minute and we'll get a knife and test them. Just go behind you and get a knife. We'll just test it. They seem clear. Yeah, that seems fine actually. So 3 minutes then, but you can see how they, well, it's the cup things that have misshapen because I've got nothing to hold them perfectly round. I haven't got anything to sit them in to hold them round, but we'll just move this across. At least it's never gone any higher. So turn you around. My little kitchen. I would love one of those kitchens with an island in the middle, so I could sort of have my camera one side and I could be working the other, and you could see it all, but it's like juggling around all the time. But I suppose that's real life, isn't it? That's real life. So I don't know if I'd be able to turn these out. It's going to be hot at the minute, so we're not going to be able to test it yet. But if I get a plate and put them on a plate, they'll cool a bit quicker that way. So I'll just grab a plate out the cupboard and we'll see if we can lift them onto a plate. They will cool a bit quicker then. The only thing I've ever found, like with anything microwaved, sort of, you know, like if you warm a sponge up or something like that and then you leave it for a little while, the sponge can go a bit hard. It's not as, you know, like these are really spongy at the minute, but I don't know whether it'll sort of harden up a bit. I've got a bit of mix left, so I'll keep that to one side, then I can put it in. So that's how they're looking. Nice and spongy. I mean, well, you can see how I can do that, nice and spongy. but they are quite hot. So I'm going to leave it cool for a minute, and then we'll taste one and see if it has cooked nicely all the way through. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I think they're cool enough now to try one. So we'll see what they taste like. So still nice and spongy, but we'll see. Better bring you down a little bit, then you can see what I'm doing. You can see it's nice and spongy. Well, we can see, bar for the light. There we go. Nice. Cooked nice in the middle. So we'll taste it. That's really nice. Quite light and fluffy. Got lots of flavour. Nice and fluffy. Not hard or nothing, although it still is slightly warm, but if I cover them, it should be okay. But yeah, that's nice. It's got taste there. First time I've done them like that in the microwave. Do you know, because the sun's in today, we're flashing, aren't we? I'm going to have to start sorting my light out. But I only wanted to come on to do a quick experiment in the microwave. So what I like about them, apart from them a bit misshaped, but we could call them star-shaped, because they're a bit like stars. But they're flat. Quite like them because they're flat. So if you wanted to put something on top of them, you know, if you wanted to put icing on, or if you wanted to put jam, coconut on, they're nice and flat. You've not got to cut a bit off to get it to sit on. So it's quite good. I do like that about them. Would I make fairy cakes in the microwave again? Yes, I probably would if I was knocking up a mix and I was in a hurry. It was nice and quick in there. They took 3 minutes all in all, but I think I'd filled them a bit full anyway. But 3 minutes isn't long, is it, for a little batch of fairy cakes? So yeah, and it didn't take long to make either. So they're quite good, and if you've got the grandchildren around, or you've got children and they like a cake, nice, quick and easy to make. So that's it for today. I just thought, like I said, I'd come and experiment and see if they'd work or not. You never know, next we might try a big cake in there. I don't know about that though. So thank you for watching. I'll be back tomorrow with another vlog. It'll be air frying tomorrow, and we're going to have a go at doing sausage rolls tomorrow. So until then, take care. Bye.